enemy has struck at the heart of our empire. A puny contingent of their soldiers has been captured here on Kilra.
This incursion was an act of desperation. The hairless apes now flail about knowing that they are beaten. They have failed their race utterly. There will be no interrogation.
Do what you will with them.
Disintegration. Silence. My brethren, they are not warriors, but maggots. Only one of them is worthy of being treated as a warrior, the one they call Angel. Still defiant, Terror. If we were to offer coexistence with your kind, would you not accept it?
The Kilurati do not coexist.
No, and now that the tide has turned in this war, your defiance is a pathetic and useless gesture.
You bore me, monsieur. Disintegrate me so I might join my comrades.
Disintegration is not for you. Your fate will be different. The human cannot appreciate the honor that I am about to bestow her. She is not only a great warrior, but her lair mate is the heart of the tiger.
Rest in peace.
Peace? Have we ever known anything like that, Paladin?
Not for a long time, laddie.
First the tiger's claw, now this.
Enough. You are not to blame for either.
Some would disagree. This is Colonel Christopher Blair. Report to Admiral Tallwin. The wreckage of the Concordia has been located on Vespus off the Mistral coast. Evaluation. Total loss.
You can't live your life for the approval of one man.
Any word from Angel?
None.
Is that the official line?
I know how much she means to you, laddie.
Victory.
Is there something wrong with your hearing, Colonel?
No, sir. It's just that
The TCS Victory is a fine carrier with a long history of service to the Confederation.
Yes, sir. A very long history, sir.
Ship assignments aren't open to debate, Colonel. Of course, I realize that the accommodations may not be what you're quite used to.
Well, sir, I didn't mean to suggest that...
The Victory will benefit greatly from having a wing commander of your stature and experience.
Thank you, sir. But can't we at least discuss the...
Now that we have the Kilrathi on the run in both the Gardel and Morpheus systems, I can afford to shift you to the Victory in Orsini. What I am trying to tell you, Colonel, is that things are looking up. The Confederation has been making some very positive strides. Dismissed.
Sir, about my request.
Yes. It came as a bit of a surprise to me. As you know, Colonel Devereaux's status is on a need-to-know basis. Your shuttle is waiting.
Yes, sir.
Despite recent losses in several densely populated sectors, Confederation spokespeople insist that humanity maintains the upper hand in its galactic struggle with the Karathi. However, our sources document a consistent underreporting of Karathi incursions, as well as civilian and industrial losses. There are even reports of Confed plans for a doomsday evacuation of Earth, replanting the seeds of humanity in a distant galaxy. The question is, who would go? Who would be left behind? And most importantly, who is making these decisions?
Welcome to the TCS Victory, Colonel.
Thank you, Captain.
Better known as Tin Can Sally.
It warms my heart to see you again, Colonel. But I must excuse myself now, as your duty here takes precedence over our catching up on old times.
Thank you, Hobbs. We'll talk later.
Yes, I know what you're thinking. She's no Concordia.
Well, neither's a Concordia anymore.
Yes, terrible loss. My sympathies. However, you're in my home now, and I'll expect you to wipe your feet every time you come in. I've been with the Victory most of my career. I was communications officer during a maiden voyage.
Well, sir, I'll admit I wasn't looking forward to the assignment, but now that I see you have a pilot as fine as Ralganar Hollis on your crew...
Hobbs? Yes, he's my second in command.
He's not flying?
At his request. I know all about his exploits with you, Colonel, but here no one will fly with a Karathi on his wing.
What about his exemplary record? That must stand for something.
It was his request.
Captain Eisen, I'm not going to tell you how to run your ship, but I am going to insist that Hobbs is reinstated to the flight roster immediately.
Well, that's admirable, Colonel, but who...
I will, sir. I'll fly with him. He's the best wingman I've ever had.
Welcome aboard, old friend. You're looking fine and fit. Does this war agree with you?
Yeah, like a pair of busted wing flaps. But it's great to see you, buddy.
And how is the fine pilot and Comrade Angel?
I don't have a clue. I haven't heard from her in a while. She's on some damn covert op for Tolwyn. But hey, I got good news for you. I put you back on the fly roster.
But I requested...
Never mind that. I want you with me on my first mission.
Well, there are many brave and noble pilots here.
Yeah. But when my life's on the line, I want a wingman I can trust.
I shall try not to disappoint you, old friend.
Lieutenant Rollins, comm exec, welcome aboard. You get the pep talk from the captain yet?
Something like that.
Well, the good news is it won't take too long to shower off the bullshit around here.
The Captain Eisen seems to believe in his ship and his crew. And that kind of attitude's good for morale.
Yeah, well, you haven't been monitoring transmissions like I have. If you did, you'd jump sector in a nano.
Play along with him. This guy's a loon. It must be a lot of work carrying all that paranoia around. I suggest you stow it.
Oh, you'll be asking for another dose of paranoia from Radio Rollins real soon. You want the straight dope around here? You come to me. I'd even save your life.
How about going around with me? Bet you a week's pay on one hand.
Thank you. No.
Revolution in the Grenada system tops our infoburst. Ad hoc government officials in that system are preparing to withdraw from the Confederation and offer negotiated terms to the Kilrathi. Coexistence, not conflict, is the new Grenadian policy, according to a spokesperson. Confederation officials are now meeting with the Grenadians to dissuade them of this new approach, arguing that there is no evidence that the Kilrathi have ever honored a negotiated peace.
Welcome aboard, sir. You want to play a hand? Since you're the rookie on this boat, I'll let you call the game.
Not much for protocol, are you?
No, formalities tend to be forgotten when you spend most of your time just trying to survive. What little spare time we do have, we fill up with other things besides practicing our salutes.
Well, I guess you have to adapt to your surroundings.
Don't I know that? It's an art, really.
No wonder they call you Vagabond.
Been doing your homework, I see. Yeah, I've knocked around some.
And yet your combat file is surprisingly brief. What's with the big gaps in your bio?
Can I help it if Confed decides to blank my data?
He's got a point. What's he hiding? He's got a point.
Sometimes HQ is as big a mystery to me as the enemy.
We got a lot of good people here, Colonel. Even those of us with incomplete bios. Just give us a chance.
know I don't have anything better to do, okay? So I pulled into a tight loop, locked onto that cat's tail, fired off a heat seeker, boom! Turned him into kitty litter. It was a... All right. Well, if it isn't the Colonel. I'm sorry. I couldn't make your welcoming party.
Well, I guess you had more pressing maneuvers to undertake, Maniac.
When duty calls, I'm there. Women like the smell of success.
You know, I'm surprised you haven't been blown out of the sky by now, Maniac. By friendly fire.
Some people appreciate my flying style. I do what's necessary to win, okay? Suppose you're still flying with one eye on the regs manual?
I don't take stupid risks.
Yeah, speaking of stupid, I also heard you put Hobbs back on the flight roster?
My. Word travels fast on this tub.
Never understood what you saw in that cat.
Simple. I need a wingman I can count on.
You can't trust someone who will kill their own kind.
Who I choose as my wingman is my prerogative. It's privilege of rank.
I'll bet you stay up late nights just polishing it, huh?
No, as a matter of fact, I have majors who do that for me.
The difference in our rank is a formality. We both know who's better in the cockpit.
Yeah, we do.
Let me tell you that story again. So...
Colonel Blair, report to the briefing room immediately. Colonel Blair, report to the briefing room immediately. Come in, Colonel. Time to put that reputation of yours to the test. Confed intelligence tells us that the Karathi presence is growing here in the Orsini system. You and your wingman are to fly routine patrol of these 3 zones, sweep the area of any hostiles you may encounter. Understood?
Completely, sir. So, these are the mission objectives. Oh, and one last thing. Hobbs, you're on my wing for this one. Dismissed, and good luck.
Chief Tech Rachel Coriolis, welcome to the Victory, Colonel. Heard you're flying with Hobbs on this one.
You got a problem with that, Chief?
No, sir, not at all. I think it's about time. That cat's one hell of a pilot. Here she is, one Hellcat 5. She's prepped, primed, loaded, locked, and ready to kick some ass.
Thanks. What about ordnance?
It's all taken care of. The captain downloads the mission specs to me. I dope out the weapons requirements, so you're set to go.
Oh yeah?
In the future, Colonel, you have the option of choosing your own weapons. Or you can trust my judgment and fly with my default loadout. I promise, Colonel, never to disappoint.
Waypoint reached.
I am ready to engage.
The Colonel was a pilot who at all times flew hard and flew fast. But he was more than that. He was a man who had an effect on anyone he met. This man will be missed.